Let's check in with Father Frank and Janet.
Thanks, Mark. Well, friends, it's great to be with you once again. And this month, we're going to talk to you about a very important top priority project that we're engaged in at Priests for Life, and you are the key to the success of this project. Many of you have heard about it before. We're talking about the video, Biology of Prenatal Development, which Janet and I have right here, and portions of which we're going to show you during this segment. And Janet, the most fascinating thing about this is not simply that it's video of the unborn child.
Right.
Our viewers, if they're involved in the pro-life movement, like most of them are, and so much of the rest of the public, have seen video of the unborn child. Ultrasound, of course, has become more and more impressive and widespread. The thing about this particular video project, which we're going to discuss today, and which we want to get into every parish, every school, and every pregnancy center, is that it has footage of the unborn child, which is more dramatic, striking, and powerful than anything anybody has ever seen before.
Well, the interesting part, Father, is not, like you said, it's not just sonography, it's embryoscopy.
Yes.
And this is imagery that was taken of the unborn child inside the womb, basically.
Right, with a little video camera.
Like the size of a ballpoint pen, the
Exactly.
very tip of the ballpoint pen.
That's right.
And you're seeing that unborn child all the way at 4.5 weeks. Now imagine this. You know, considering the first trimester is when most abortions occur,
Right.
most women are at least 6-7 weeks pregnant by the time they discover they're pregnant and get it confirmed, and they're
Right.
seeking an abortion. Now, for the first time, they can use this video in a pregnancy center to show that girl when she comes in, that abortion-minded client, look at your baby right now. And it's striking, Father, you know, to see that little heart beating, and you can see the hands forming at about 5.5 weeks. The kidneys are there. And this film, actually, because it's called the Biology of Prenatal Development, the voiceover and all that is actually biologically taking you through step by step, week by week, from about 4.5 weeks on.
Well, the imagery, let's talk about the imagery first of all. This is actually a project that I've been involved in for a very long time.
That's right.
Some of our colleagues and I have been working on this. So we became aware back in the mid-90s of some footage that existed through this now very rarely used technique of embryoscopy. And the doctor who had the footage wasn't using it. And so we asked, could this be possibly used for an educational video? Make a long story short, after many years of negotiation, as you know, the agreement was reached that the footage could be used for a video about the unborn child, not about abortion. So the video project we have here does not say a word about abortion, but it says a lot of words about the unborn child and the child's development. And as we're showing on this segment, striking imagery of the child. So we have, in the end, this product, the Biology of Prenatal Development, this video is so good that even National Geographic put its stamp of approval on it and has been distributing it. It is overseen, its production, its narration, overseen by a team of medical experts, embryologists and medical professors, and people who are, every word of the narration, by the way, is backed up by medical journals and peer-reviewed studies. This is the best medical information that there is about every aspect of the development of the child that we know. The video has won at least 11 awards for the excellence not only of its research but of its presentation. And the good news is it's written for a general audience. It's written for people from 12 years of age and up, and yet it doesn't so oversimplify the material that it couldn't also be used even in medical school for first-year embryology students.
Well, and as you said, Father, the stamp of National Geographic, which, by the way, is right here on the cover of the video, the important factor here is, before we've had some great pro-life videos, you know, Dr. Nathanson's, The Silent Scream, The Window to the Womb, those different videos. But the other side always said, well, those are your pro-life videos, and you've somehow enhanced the pictures, or they're trick photography.
They try to attack the credibility
Exactly.
of it. Right.
The marvelous thing about this is it's a purely secular DVD. So it can't be attacked by the other side.
And this is what we did deliberately. We wanted it to have the secular credentials first.
Right.
Before pro-life groups like ours began trumpeting it all over the place. We let it grow in the secular arena. So now it's unassailable. Completely unassailable from a medical and secular perspective. So now's the time, and Priests for Life is leading the way to make this known, and to make it not only known but available to pro-life people, to churches, to pregnancy centers, to schools. And that's why we want to introduce our Life Talk audience to this, not only for the sake of them seeing it, but for the sake of them partnering with us now in this effort, which is going to take a lot of money, a lot of collaboration, a lot of effort. It's an effort to bring this into the hands of every school. It can be used in health curricula in the schools, in the churches. It can be shown in various settings. And of course, as you already mentioned, the power of this in the pregnancy centers is going to be something that is unparalleled.
That's right. And so what we'd like the Life Talk audience to do is go to our website, priestforlife.org/store, our online store where they can order it from us. Order your own copy, and then use that as a way of maybe showing it to the principal of the school where your child goes. Ask them, would you like to have this for the biology teacher if it's high school, like you said, health curriculum for the grammar school. Show it to whatever club you belong to, from the Knights of Columbus to your church ladies auxiliary groups and so forth and so on. The more people that you can show this DVD to, they're going to see the humanity of the unborn child, and you want to tell them, the next time you hear of a woman who's pregnant and is considering abortion, speak up. Talk about this DVD. Show it to them. Have your own copy so that you can kind of be a rescuer, so to speak, of that unborn child by showing them, look at your child now, and what do you need to help have that baby? And be that person to bring that help to them.
Let's talk strategically for a moment because, as you know, as we often say, the whole abortion debate obviously is not only about the child.
Right.
We work with the women constantly providing alternatives to abortion. Of course, the whole arena of healing after abortion is key to our ministry with Rachel's Vineyard, the Silent No More Awareness campaign, and so forth. We know full well that the public has to be persuaded on abortion by looking at it from the woman's perspective, and we are leading the way in so many arenas with that. But it's very, very easy to overestimate how much people understand about the child in the womb.
That's right.
People will say, oh, well, people know that that's a baby. It doesn't matter that they know. They're still pressured to support abortion anyway. Well, there's different levels of knowing. One of the facts that this video brings out is that at the point of 8 weeks, and this is the transition from the child being called an embryo to being called a fetus, at 8 weeks, what percentage of the anatomical structures of the body that you and I have as adults is already present in that child? 90%. That's some 4,000 anatomical structures are present at the very end of the embryonic stage. Now, this is truly something that opens the eyes and hearts of so many people when they see this. And imagine the impact this has on the students.
Well, you know what that reminds me of, Father, of that popular secular movie out there, Juno. And the Juno was literally going into the abortion clinic. Her friend was outside, and what she said to her was, don't kill your baby. Do you realize your baby has fingernails? And Juno spun around and went, fingernails?
And that was what
really hit her. Well, in this DVD, you'll see those little fingernails.
Well, you have all kinds of facts just like that. For example, that the hand movements, and you'll see the hand movements there, at 6.5 weeks, where the fingers are starting to separate, where you have the fingerprints at 10 weeks, the same fingerprints we have now as adults. The fact that the heart will beat 54 million times before birth. 54 million times before birth. Amazing facts. Primitive brain waves being recorded at as early as 6 weeks and 2 days. These and so many other facts documented here. By the way, this video is the text behind it, the supporting materials are available in almost 100 languages. We've got Spanish a translation, of course, and the efforts are underway to distribute this internationally as well. We want to mention that when people look at this video, they're going to see Endowment for Human Development. This is the scientific research organization that has been established to both produce and oversee the video itself. And we are partnering with EHD, Endowment for Human Development, in this initiative that we're announcing today to make this available far and wide throughout the church and the pro-life movement. So Endowment for Human Development has a fabulous website, ehd.org, and there are also curricular materials there. But again, we want to ask people to contact us at Priests for Life If they want to partner as an organization to start distributing this video, as individuals, as churches, as schools, as pregnancy centers. And then if they want to do more to pilot this program in particular communities, how can we get it out into the educational and the church arenas? Contact us and we'll start working with these individuals and groups as much as possible.
Well, you know, Father, my own daughter was able to save a baby with this DVD. We had a few extra copies at home, and a friend of hers, niece, was pregnant and considering abortion. Actually, it would be her second abortion. And my daughter said, "Oh, don't let your niece do that. I have this DVD. Let me come over and show it to you." And because we had it handy in the house, she was able to go over, show that young lady, and we got her to a pregnancy center where they're going to help her. She's actually, as we're taping, she has moved into a shepherding home in Pennsylvania, and she's going to have that baby. But it was because she saw really what this unborn child looked like,
you know,
and
what
that
this
made her
does,
change her mind.
This gets back to the basics. We got
That's
to
right.
cut through all the political rhetoric, cut through all the nonsense going back and forth. This has been a long, long battle to restore protection to the unborn. But with tools like this, we're turning a corner, and this is going to bring us over the victory line.
That is.
So thanks, Janet. So friends, the biology of prenatal development. I'm asking you today to join hands with me, with Janet, with all of us at Priests for Life. We have the mechanism to get this out with you, together, with your organizations, with your personal commitment, with your churches, together. Let's make this so widespread, so widely known, that no one will ever again be able to fall for the mythical idea that the child, even from the embryonic stage, is anyone less than a brother, a sister of all of us. Well, that's all for today. Mark, back to you.
Now back to you. Thanks, Brother Frank.